Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Courtney. I am a stay-at-home mom, wife, and author. And it's Friday, so we are going to flip through my planner. This is my main planning system. I use a personal size ring planner with Franklin Covey Compact size inserts. This beautiful cover is in Aura Estelle. This specific color, which I think is called Foxglove, is not available in personal size anymore. I'm not sure about other sizes though. I do think they still have other colors, but this color is gone. So anyway, let's do a flip. And I have got to say, like, it has been, what is it? Oh, okay. Things are falling out of my planner. Things have been happening this week. I have not changed anything in my planner. I'm kind of thinking about what I want to do for August, if I want to do anything. I had considered moving back into one of my moterms, either my apricot or my indigo. I mean, the apricot is just beautiful, and maybe one of my favorite. I don't know. Shit, they're like children. I can't call them, say one is my favorite. But I definitely love the apricot, and I also really, really love my indigo and blue. I don't know. I just love the richness of that blue. Anyway, August is my birthday is in August, and so I usually try to do like an August setup that's really just like stuff that I love. So I guess we'll see what happens. Or I don't know, maybe I'll be too exhausted to do anything and I will just continue to roll in this setup because there's nothing wrong with it. Anyway, have my lists and notes up front. I think someone asked me a question about this recently. This paper is a printable from Etsy. The shop is Dear Seraph. Yeah, and I have two different colorways. I have this one, which is like pinks and purples, and then I have the bright colored one, which I think is like red, or maybe orange, blue, green, and yellow. I think that's what the other one is. And then you get different that you can get the lines in different widths. So I want to say it comes in 3, 4, and 5, and I think that I meant to print out the 4mm, and I printed out the 3. So these lines are very, very teeny tiny, not great for my handwriting, which is on the bigger side, but I had already printed them out, so I wasn't going to waste the paper. And then these are just my list. So this is a list of like some local places that I want to try, books on KU, books that are ones that I will either buy or check out from the library. I did use this little line on this checklist to put the genre. So M is for like mystery, FR is for fantasy with romance, T is for thriller, and RM is for romantasy. I actually just checked this one out from the library, so we'll see how it goes. I have a list of cozy games that I want to buy, list of things that I want to thrift, and I did find my white mini skirt. If you are interested, I have another channel that's more of like a lifestyle channel, and I just posted like a thrifting video in which I found the white mini skirt that I was looking for. Perfect, like brand new in my size. Yeah, can't wait to wear it. Skincare products. I want to maybe have a VDS custom. I was waiting for the wait time to go down a little bit, but maybe it's never going to. I think they were up to like, I don't even know, like 3 months or something, and I don't have that much patience, so we will see. And then just some other like blank inserts, I can fill them in as needed. This is my monthly. It is rolling along. And it is just a simple month on 2-page. That is my adorable grandson, but he's not that little anymore. That's what he told me when I called him my baby. I said, "You're my baby, Leo," and he said, "Leo, no baby." I absolutely love that he refers to himself in the third person. Like, it's the most awesome thing ever. And then, yeah, July has been very chill, no complaints about it. And then I just have the rest of the year in here. I have made some changes, and I'm thinking about taking my journal back out of my planner. I know, it's something that I'm thinking about for August, because I finally figured out like a journaling memory planning thing that I think is gonna work. I'm not sure, so I don't want to like, you know, jinx myself, because I feel when I'm like, oh yeah, I totally have like made a decision on that, and then the next week I'm like, so what had happened was that actually was, I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, so I'm leaving it in here for now, even though I have not really been using it, because I've been just kind of journaling and whatnot in the other space, so we will see. And then it is my tracker section, which is kind of chugging along. This is the yearly, part of the yearly bundle for Peanuts Planner Co. I use this to log my fasting blood sugar. Well, I'm supposed to do it every morning. You can see some mornings I forget. But I think that I have done a pretty good job in July. 1, 2, 4. I've only missed 4 days so far. It's Thursday, so yeah. And then this is just sort of my habits and routine tracker. So this is going fine too. I don't, most of these things I've gotten in the habit of doing. I think for me, it's always nice that I see it at some point during my day, or, you know, every couple of days, to just check in on myself and be like, oh yeah, you might need to do those things. Like, you can see I did not really like water or tend to my plants for very long, but I'm sort of having a situation with my plants, and I don't know if I need to repot them or get rid of some of them. I think I have like a gnat problem with one of them, and it happens to be, I think, I can't believe I'm about to say this out loud, but I think it is the one remaining plant I have from my mom's funeral that I have managed to keep alive. She passed away in January of 2025. And before that, I had not really had any success with like keeping plants longer than like 3 months. And so I would always joke and say like, and because my mom was like, she was actually part of like the master sort of garden society in our city, and her yard and her garden had been on like a garden tour, and we always had like beautiful plants in our home. In our church, she took care of all the plants like in our church and did all the landscaping for the building and everything. So it was one of the things that she loved the most, and she was really amazing at it. I had no interest in doing that growing up. I think like most kids, I thought anything that my parents found interesting was just like dumb, and I did not want to be connected to that in any way. Which now I regret, because my mother was also very talented at sewing. She could like make her own clothes, make her own patterns. She could also knit and crochet and do like all of those sort of like fiber arts things. And she would beg me like, oh, Ray, just like sit down with me. And I'd be like, I don't want to learn how to sew. I'm not gonna, because of course I was like a snotty, spoiled teenager, and I'd be like, why would I want to sew my clothes when I can just like buy them? Literally, that's something that I said to my mom. And so yeah, I never learned how to do those things, and now I'm like kicking myself. I don't know that I'll ever want to, I don't know, sewing and like crocheting, all of that seems very mathy, and I'm not math, and I don't like, I can't. But anyway, after she died and I got all these plants at the funeral, like I really started to be able to like nurture my plants and keep them alive for longer and longer. I think I think I got 5 plants total from her funeral that I brought home, and then I ended up giving like one to my sister, and I think one to my niece maybe, and one to my brother. Anyway, however it went, I only had 2 left, and one of them died last year, and so I was like, well, I have this one and it's fine, because it was like the bigger one and it was really beautiful for a while, and then I started having issues with it, so I like put it in another pot and repotted it, and now I think that it may have a gnat infestation, and I think that my mom is probably rolling her eyes at me for wherever she is and being like, girl, you're a mess. But anyway, yeah, I don't know why you needed to know all that, but I guess this is what we're doing on this week's flip through. We are talking about things that don't really pertain to my planner. Anyway, that's my routines and habits. I love this little like stamp collage thing. I made it in Canva and printed it out. This is my mental health and sleep tracker, and shockingly, my mental health is not as bad as I thought it would be at this current day in this current timeline. So yeah, I track my depression and my anxiety and my mood every day. Some months I had been tracking it from like 1 to 5, and I just felt like there wasn't a lot of change between days that were like, I don't know, 3 and 4. So I was like, well, I might as well just cut it down to 1, 2, and 3 and see how that goes. I've only had a few 1 days this month in terms of well, yeah, one is like my mental health is fine, good, no cause for concern. 3 is like, yeah, I need to start paying attention before things start to spiral. So I've had a few 1 days in terms of anxiety, which is really good for me because I had a lot of high anxiety days last month. My depression's only jumped once this month, and it's only been what I would call as above my baseline for me, but it's been pretty baseline, which is what I strive to be. And so that's fine. And then these are my moods: good, meh, nope, help, and complete crash out. And thankfully, I've had no crash outs this month. I think last month I had, yeah, a lot. So that's good. We are back, and by we, I mean me. I am back to my sleep being a hot mess, but it is what it is. I felt like my perimenopause symptoms were kind of under control. With that, I get a lot of insomnia. And when it's not insomnia, it's, I can't stay asleep. So a lot of times I can fall asleep, but I don't stay asleep. And then some nights I'm just not able to go to sleep at all. And then, but despite that, my energy level has been pretty like solidly average. So I'm counting that as a win. And then what else do I track? I think my gratitude log is next, just family pictures. That's me and my husband and our son at the pumpkin patch. And these are my, speaking of church, these are my 2 parents at our church. I think this was in the early 70s, but I have my gratitude log. That's going well. This is my symptom tracker. So I have been struggling with my allergies this month, which I think is kind of standard for July. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So allergies, and then the last couple of days I've had headaches, but I think that those are related to my allergies. So yeah, allergy meds are, yeah, they have entered the chat once again. And I actually took some, I need to check this because I think I took some Advil today or yesterday, but it's fine. But thankfully I have not had any like of my respiratory stuff, which is can sometimes like flare up because of my allergies, so that's good. This is like my personal like hobby tracker, I guess. I've been steady on my like tarot stuff. I have been reading more, and I have been gaming more. I'm like obsessed with, I bought, I think it's called Witchwood. But anyway, you're like this old little crone and you live in this bog and you go on like these missions and you have to like get ingredients, and I don't know. It's very, it's like pretty soothing, but it's also like a little bit spicier than Animal Crossing. Like there are things that like don't like you. So they'll like, I don't know, there's like bandits like in this wheat field, and I didn't know that they were going to attack. Like I just thought that they were there, and so I go like walking past them going to get wheat, and like one of them like stabs me, and I was like, what the hell? I did not know that was gonna happen. But anyway, it is super cute and cozy, and I'm having a good time playing it. And then I just have a health log for me, one for my son. Neither of us have been really sick, so that's a good thing. And then we get right into my actual like schedule. That's a photo of my husband. And yeah, so where are we? My braids are falling out of my bun. So this was like a very chill week. Absolutely nothing going on this week. No like due dates for anything, no real appointments. I did finally drop my skirt off for alterations. This is tentatively scheduled, and we did buy some. This is not funny, but we needed, I needed to buy some condolence cards, and when I was planning, I could not for the life of me think of what they were called, so I just put loss. Like, what the hell, Courtney? And then these were sort of my like big priorities for my writing. And then this is where I time block out my week. And it's, this week it's actually going pretty according to plan. I did have to like flip around some blocks, just because there were some things that I needed to get done that I forgot that I needed to do. And like I wanted to film, or I forgot that I needed to film the like end of this video, and I had originally like assigned like YouTube stuff to later at night because I was just going to edit some stuff and like prep some thumbnail, basically just do like admin type stuff. And then I realized like, oh, I need to film something for Wednesday, and I prefer to film in natural light, so I had to like do it during the day and then move writing to the nighttime block, that sort of stuff. But I've been weirdly productive this week. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like some sort of moon cycle, if I've been body swapped with a more productive version of me. It's very, very weird. Purpose is my word of the year. I made this in Canva. I don't know what I got on here. Oh no. That's what you get for drinking coffee by your planner. I'm pretty sure that's coffee. And then these are my daily pages. So I am using a day on one page. I use timed dailies because I need to hold myself responsible and accountable some kind of way. Otherwise, I would pretty much do nothing all day, and it just is what it is, I guess. I'm just not, I'm just not a person who can motivate myself unless I can like give myself a check or like a gold star or something. I don't know. I should probably unpack that with my therapist, but here we are. I'm talking to YouTube about it instead. So this is more of the month than you probably care to see. Where are we? This is this week. Yeah? Yes. So like I said, it's been pretty productive. I did want to start my day super early on a Wednesday because I felt like I had so much to do. And as you can see, I ended up oversleeping because I did not fall asleep until like 4 o'clock in the morning. I think actually it was 3, and my alarm was set to go off at 5, and I think I just completely slept through it because I did not wake up until I heard my husband get out of bed at 7. So yeah, that didn't happen. And it's been like raining and storming all week too, so yeah, I just wanted to like curl up and be cozy anyway, but shockingly, I'm getting things done. This is today's list. I have done things, I have not checked them off. I did do the laundry. I haven't folded the laundry. I also picked up the books I had on hold at the library. I dusted the living room and family room. I had my son vacuum the downstairs. I did print new inserts. I am currently filming this flip through. Yeah, that still didn't happen, but yeah, so that's today. I've done more than I gave myself credit for, I guess. This is tomorrow. I have not planned out my day yet. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. Because we're going out tomorrow for my girlfriend's birthday. And then this is Saturday, and then yeah, we are. I think we do want to see Superman this weekend. I think we're going to go on Sunday, but we may do it on Saturday, which is why I have it on a little post-it flag. And then the rest of the month is in here. I'm considering moving back to a day on 2 pages in August, but I'm not sure. I'm kind of going through the pros and cons, like why do I think I need to? Do I really need to? So we'll see. Yeah, and then my next section is, I don't know what it is actually. This is just like a little piece of, I think this came with my Filofax, and I just have a bunch of sticky notes stuck on it. I have some stickers in this pocket that I am trying to use. More family photos, which I like having for my deco instead of a lot of deco. So that is my husband and I at youngest daughter's college graduation. That is my dad and my youngest son when he was 2 or 3, 2, like 2.5-ish. That is also my youngest son. And then these are pictures of my husband and I when we were about the same age-ish. He is a year and 4 days older than I am. So yeah, I'm trying to find, I know that I have it because I've posted it like on Facebook before, but so my husband, when he was younger, like Joe, let me preface this by saying we're from Cincinnati, and if you're from Cincinnati, like we don't have a lot of things that like kind of like, I don't know, make us stand out. Like we typically don't have really great sports teams. It's not as big of a city as like Chicago. It's not even the capital of Ohio. Columbus is. So Cincinnati pride is like, it runs like very deep. So like when something is great about Cincinnati, everyone from Cincinnati is obligated to love it, whether it's a thing that you care about or not. I do not care about football. Never have. My husband loves football, and like most Cincinnati people. He is a die-hard Bengals fan, even though they are literally like one of the worst teams in the history of the NFL. I don't know if that's true, but it seems like they are. So anyway, he like we were all super happy when Joe Burrow became the quarterback because he was like really good, and he is seems like a really like sweet young man. The thing about him though is that Joe Burrow looks exactly like my husband did, like in his late teens, early 20s, which cracks me up so much. And so yeah, I'm always like, because we are like we have been together for 20 years. We've been married for actually we've been together for more than 20 years. We've been, I think, coming up on 22 years. We've been married for 15. Anyway, we met and married, and I had 4 kids from my first marriage. He did not have any biological kids, but he's basically the only father that the big kids, we call them the OGs, have ever really had in their life. They call him Pops. Like, he's their dad. They're his kids. So we don't use like stepdad or half brother, like they're just like siblings, we're their parents, it's that sort of thing. And so like when I first saw Joe Burrow, I'm like, babe, that kid looks like you. And he's like, do you think? I'm like, yeah, he does. And I'm like, wait a minute, I thought you didn't have any biological kids. Is there something that you need to tell me? But anyway, so I need to find that picture. I need to print out that picture of my husband and put it in my planner because I think it's hilarious. Anyway, this is like very much too much information that I'm sure not a lot of people care about. This is my vision board for the year. It was originally in my Clever Fox, which is like a huge I guess like letter size planner, and I just resized it on Canva and punched it in. I made this little collage because I just wanted to, pulled out like all of my scrapbooking stuff and had a little bit of fun. That is a picture of our baby boy. My husband and I with said baby boy. And then this is my goals section. I did a goal plan with me and posted it on Tuesday. I will link it if you want to check it out, but this is kind of what I do to set my goals, try to accomplish stuff this year that I really want to accomplish. I actually posted about this 6-month challenge that I am doing on my author channel. So it is basically like 6 months to kind of like get my shit in gear and like really create the life that I want to have. So yeah, this is my planning routine, broken down into the steps that I do yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly, and the things that I try to do daily. And then this was just like a master task list I have been working off of for my writing stuff. The things that kind of have a dot on them, these are things that I have moved onto my Kanban board so that I can see them and also incorporate them into my weekly action steps. So, and then this is my, these are like my goal categories. These are my sort of longer term goals, and then these are my goals broken down by quarter, then by month. So this was quarter 2. We are now in quarter 3. So here we are. And then these were like the big kind of July goals. These are my July goals once again, and then these are them broken down into my weekly action steps. And this is where we find ourselves today. Yay, I actually did rewrite my blurb yesterday. Yay. I did 1 strength and 1 cardio. I have not worked on my paintings. I have not finished a book. Oh, wait a minute. I did this. What's today? Thursday? Oh, I did this yesterday and today. Haven't done too much of this yet, but, well, I am logging expenses, but, so that's kind of what I wanted to do for the week. So I have enough for the rest of the month in here, and then we will set it up all over again for August. This is just like project planning, like brain dump. This I use to mark off essentially like vacation days for my goals, like days that I know I won't have time to like work on anything. This I actually will have time. Originally we were going to go out on the 19th for my friend's birthday, but then one of our other friends had a conflict, so we moved it to tomorrow night. That is that. This is where I kind of track my work just so that I can see on paper that I am actually doing things. So when I am down on myself and kind of saying like, oh, I'm not working or haven't done X, Y, and Z, I can actually come and look and like prove to myself that that is in fact not a true thing. It's just me spiraling and letting my intrusive thoughts win. Yay! So I have more of these. And this is my actual work section. It has like my content calendar in here. And then this is like where I track what I'm posting on Instagram. I've gotten better about my personal Instagram this month. Have I posted anything on my author Instagram? I have not. Yeah. These are, this is sort of where I track the process of my videos and blog posts. And that's that. I think these are all from Peanuts Planner Co., I think. And then this next section is just my personal section. So I have like my reoccurring like monthly bills, my order tracker, spending log, contacts, passwords, all of that other stuff. And yeah, that's it. I moved my J Creatives pouch to the back because I felt like my my planner was like sitting awkwardly when it was in the front, and it's fine back here. Love that it has like an extra pin loop for me. I was just like jotting some notes down on some, oh, this is more of that paper that's like a printable. This is the, I think I don't know what she calls this, like the half something. But I was going through my binder and I needed some scrap paper, so I pulled that out. I do still have my page flags in here. I'm not currently using them, but I know where they are if I want to use them, so that's a good thing. So yeah, that's the state of the planner for this week. All things are going well, I think I have too much stuff in here. All things are going well considering, and it's been, I don't know, it's been a fairly good week on the personal front. It's been a fairly good week on the like creative front. Maybe that's why it feels so, I feel like overall really good with where I am right now with everything. So that is my very rambly, too much information flip through for this week. If you have stuck around this far, thank you so much. If you like this video, be sure to click the subscribe button down below and turn on your notifications so you know when I post a video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for part of your day. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.